Still Life with Sunflowers, Watercolor by Vladimir London.
In this video lesson, you'll discover how to paint a still life in watercolor using the multi-layer painting technique.
This is the artwork I will have painted by the end of this video. I will be painting on a half sheet of 100% watercolor paper which is cold pressed and has 300 GCM weight. This paper is manufactured by Saunders Waterford. I will use a wide, flat synthetic brush to wet the reverse side of the paper. When the reverse side is soaked, I can turn this paper over, place it on the rubber mat to prevent quick drying, and wet its front surface as well. After several minutes, wet paper expands. Its size becomes slightly bigger. This is the time to affix the sheet on the wooden board. To do this, I will use a staple gun and strong tape, which I think is made of polyester or some other synthetic material. This tape is totally optional, but it will make removing the staples easier at the end. While the watercolor paper is drying, I will do a cartoon drawing to scale. The term cartoon in classical art means a full-scale drawing which will be used to transfer the design onto the artwork support, which is, in our case, watercolor paper. There are many cartoons left from the old masters, especially those they used for fresco painting. Because making full-scale designs on wet fresco would be very challenging and time-consuming, the old masters used cartoons for almost every single fresco artwork they did. The reason I'm doing a cartoon drawing for this watercolor is exactly the same: to protect the white, clean surface of the paper from any dirt and redrawing, which are the sub-products of redoing the composition and fine-tuning contours and outlines of the drawing. I draw this still life design on a cheap disposable piece of paper in graphite pencil. If you feel your drawing skills need improvement, you can do that by taking a Drawing Academy online video course. In this course, you will learn how to draw whatever you see or imagine using traditional drawing techniques, with the necessary knowledge of such constructive drawing principles as linear and aerial perspective, rules of composition and proportions, proficient tonal rendering techniques, and much more. I traced the cartoon drawing on tracing paper. Flip the paper on its reverse side. And now I will repeat every single line in graphite pencil once again. So, this tracing paper will have exactly the same drawing on both sides. Then, I place the tracing paper on top of the watercolor sheet, which is absolutely dry by now, affix it to the board on one side with masking tape, and now I am outlining every single line using a pen. Outlining with a pen makes it easier to see which lines I already did and which lines remain to be transferred. Repeating the same drawing on both sides of the tracing paper is needed to avoid a mirror image. When the drawing is transferred, I can take the tracing paper off the board, and now I will mask white margins of the watercolor sheet with masking tape. Because I plan to do a multi-layer watercolor, there will be several cycles of wetting this paper, and paint might get underneath the masking tape. To prevent this, I will apply a masking fluid with a ruling pen, which gives very straight lines, especially when used together with a ruler. This is exactly what I want: very straight edges of white margins around the piece. Because the masking fluid slightly overlaps the masking tape, it is very unlikely that water will get under it. While I am working with the ruling pen, I will also apply masking fluid in some places in this artwork, which I would like to keep white for now. When the masking fluid is totally dry, I can do a very light first wash, which is called imprimatura. For this layer, I'm using quinacridone gold paint from the Winsor & Newton paints range. It's a convenient mix of 3 pigments, red, violet and yellow, mixed into one paint by the manufacturer. But you can easily mix a similar colour using separate pigments from your paint box. What I like about this paint is that it's permanent and highly transparent. These are the qualities I'm looking for in the underlayers. I apply the tint of this gold paint using the saw wash technique. Numerous diagonal brush strokes look like teeth of a saw, hence the painting method's name. I cover the whole sheet with the same paint mix, without paying any attention to the drawing. This is imprimatura.